Hey guys, Hayden here again from Alarm System Store, and today, if you haven't noticed, I changed the layout of the room a bit. So I got a table here that I can actually do displays on now, and actually be in front of you again. I know it's been a while, but hopefully you guys enjoy this a little bit better. But basically today, what we're going to be going over is the IQ remote. In our previous Qolsys videos, I did mention there were additional touchscreen keypads, but I haven't displayed those yet, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Basically, this is just like I said, a touchscreen keypad for the IQ panels. It's compatible with the IQ2, the IQ2 Plus, the IQ Hub, and the IQ Panel 4. So if you have any of those models of IQ systems, you can get this IQ remote as a secondary keypad. First off, I'm just going to go ahead and start unboxing it, and we'll take a look at it and go from there. Inside here, we first get our manual and some foam for protection. The manuals that come with these are pretty short. They're basically just little quick start guides, but there is almost nothing to enrolling this IQ remote. It actually enrolls through Wi-Fi. So once you get both the IQ remote and your IQ panel connected to your Wi-Fi network, they can search for each other. And once they're connected, the IQ remote itself will actually have all the functionality that the main unit does. And here is our IQ remote itself. Comes in a nice protective, static protective sleeve there. It's about the same size as an IQ2, and in the same fashion that the IQ panels are. This is really all there is to it. You plug it into a wall and connect it to your Wi-Fi, and then you're good to go. So there's the unit itself. We'll get that opened in a minute. We also get this is a wall stand, so basically you mount that on the wall and then the IQ remote sits on there. So it has a wall mount option, and inside of here there is also a desk mount option. So this is actually a pretty nice little desk mount. It's got rubber pads there, so it'll slide around when you're using it. But one of the nice things about the IQ remote is because it acts as basically a fully functioning IQ remote attached to your system, you can keep this with you wherever you want. So if you have an office area in your house, or somewhere that is a high priority area and you want a keypad but you don't want to mount it on the wall or anything like that, stick it on this little desk stand and there you go. Let's see what else we got. We got our transformer in here, and we also got the mount for the transformer itself. So this, if you're not familiar with them from IQ panels, this actually screws into the wall outlet. You'll put your screw through here, and that'll hold it in place. And then you zip tie this side after you've placed the power supply in here. So just like that, and that allows it to hold in place without being pulled out. So pretty handy little things there. Let's get that unhooked, and the last little bit that we got is just the hardware for the different mounting applications. This is for mounting the transformer. There's your zip tie, and then a screw for this bracket there, and then 4 screws if you are wanting to mount it on a wall. So with that being said, there's not a whole lot more to show, so let's just hop over to the table and I will show you guys how to get this enrolled and what it can do. Alright, so we are back over at the table. I got our IQ remote out here, and I have our IQ2 Plus here. Like I said, process is going to be the same for all IQ remotes, connecting them to any of the listed panels that I mentioned earlier. So whatever I do here is exactly what you'll need to do on your version of the panel. I'm sure most people right now have IQ 4s or 2 Pluses, so it shouldn't look a whole lot different. And real quick, I did just want to show the 2 mounting options. So There's nothing really special about them, but basically this is the wall mount adaptation. You mount that on the wall, and then that just kind of sits there. And it's not the most secure mount in the world, but with all the weight sitting on it, it shouldn't move unless somebody's actually trying to take it off there. Same goes for the desk mount, because the tabs that it slides into, they're kind of loose. I mean, it's got a little spot where you can tell that it kind of locks in, but it is really easy to change the position of this because of this. But yeah, so basically, once you get it mounted, all you got to do is plug your power adapter into there, and then you would be good to go. So just kind of wanted to showcase those. These are actually really nice stands that it comes with, which is way different than the IQ 2 Plus desk stand that I have for this one right here. This is all that it is. It's just a little leg that you attach on the back there, and it just kind of props it up. And I mean, you can tell there's a lot of play in it and stuff like that. So they definitely improved on the desk mount applications for the IQ remote and for the IQ 4 as well. Real quick, I have one here, even though I don't have an IQ 4, but this is the IQ 4 desk mount. So as you can see, it's got a much wider base. It actually snaps in real secure here, and it has a screw to hold it in place. So if any of you are looking for, you know, a desk mount for an alarm system, that way you can just kind of keep an eye on it wherever you're at in the house, the IQ panels have really good applications for that, especially with the more recent models. Anyway, getting back to what we're talking about here. Got the IQ remote. I'm gonna go ahead and get it plugged in. Basically, all you got's a barrel connector, and you plug that into a 110 outlet, and then slide it into the slot here. There is like a USB-C looking plug right there. I'm not exactly sure what that's for. I don't know if there's another power adapter you can use with this, but as far as I'm aware, all of them come with barrel connectors like that. So let me get this powered on. And I have like I said, I have the IQ 2 Plus connected to our IQ Wi-Fi router over here. So we're just gonna connect this to the IQ router as well, and then we'll follow the instructions that it gives on screen for enrolling the keypad. So let's get that booted. I'll kind of speed through this. There's no reason to make you guys sit here and watch it, so I'll be right back. All right, so it looks like we're about to get booted up here. It says good to see you. Kind of creepy that it can see me, but once it powers up, which will hopefully be in the next few seconds since I just started recording again. Okay, never mind, I'll be right back again. Oh, there we go, there we go. Just wanted to take a minute. All right, so as you can tell, the very first thing that it comes up with is your Wi-Fi connection. Basically, that is the only way it has to talk to any of the components on the IQ system itself. So over here, we got our SSIDs, so you can choose your Wi-Fi network. I'm gonna choose the IQ Wi-Fi, and let me put the password in real quick, and I'll be right back again. All right, so I got the Wi-Fi password put in. It is connected, and looks like we're good to go. So now all we need to do is click pair, and it is going to try to pair with the primary panel. And by default, it's just going to automatically start searching your Wi-Fi network. You do have to engage with it on the system side though. So let's go ahead and open up our settings over here. We can go into advanced settings. Enter 1111 is the default. Whatever your installer code is, you'll use it there. And then we're going to go into installation, devices, and then Wi-Fi devices. So here you can see the different options they have for Wi-Fi type devices. I do have the IQ Wi-Fi. I don't have it hooked up like the way they want me to. Basically, I'm just using it as a router right now. So if we click on the IQ remote option, it gives us a pair, test, and rediscover. So click pair, and basically, all we're gonna do is let them find each other on the Wi-Fi network. Okay, so there we go. As you can see, the IQ remote connected. Over here we got IQ remote 1, shows the IP address for that IQ remote, shows the status of it. And over here the IQ remote is going to automatically start downloading any updates that it may have missed between being manufactured and being installed. So the patch is pretty quick, as you can see. It finished there in, what, 20 seconds or so. And now, oh, never mind, it's got more updates. But anyway, once it gets updated, we'll play with it a bit. But on the IQ side, we can basically back out and just leave it be. And one neat feature about the IQ panel itself, if for whatever reason you're having trouble over here on the IQ remote, you can come to the IQ panel and it'll actually give you status for the IQ remote. So as you can see there, it shows IQ remote 1 and it has the closed a symbol, which basically just means it's good for now. If you ever see a break in there, it could mean that the panel is tampered or it's not connected for some reason. If you see the question mark like you're seeing right here on Office Front Door, that means that it cannot connect to that device. And the reason my IQ panel can't connect to the Office Front Door is because I don't have batteries in that wireless device. So basically, if you look here and you see a symbol other than that little oval, then it means that there is something going on with the IQ remote and you should check it. And it looks like our IQ remote is rebooting itself. It may have done some, looked like it said Android upgrade. So these, if you're unaware, run on the Android operating system, same as what your cell phones run on if you have an Android phone. So whenever you have an update, this is going to act very similarly to a cell phone when it updates. Basically, it's going to do the update, then it's going to power down, reboot, and apply all those features that were updated. But let me give this a minute to come back up, and then we'll take a look. All right, so our IQ remote is done booting up, so we can take a look and see what we got here. As you can tell, it does have the correct time and date. Everything is identical, except for there. I turned the sensors to all so you can see them all, but it's basically just pulled all the information from the main unit. There are a few caveats to using this. You can't do like legit programming with it. It's not going to let you add sensors or anything like that, but you can actuate and see any device that might be connected to your actual IQ panel. So like right here, I don't have these lights available to me right at the moment, but basically they're the lights that I added in the previous video talking about local automation with the IQ panel. I'll put a link to that at the end of the video, but anyway, if you wanted to, you could actuate any of the automated devices you have from this screen. And you can, this one has its own panel camera, very similar to the IQ panels themselves. So anytime somebody arms or disarms using this keypad, it'll take a picture and you'll have a list right there, just like what I have there. Now, like I said, some of the options are not available. Like when I go into settings here, it's going to immediately ask for an installer code, but that's because the options that you're limited to are setting up or changing the Wi-Fi network, doing network tests. There are some camera settings you can play with, and then a master reset function for this keypad. So it's not like super inclusive of everything that the IQ panel itself can do, but it is a great interface for that unit. If you need basically the ability to arm, disarm, activate automation, alarm.com cameras, you can, like we talked about in the past, display your alarm.com camera video feed on the IQ panel itself. The IQ remotes are also able to pick that feed up. Now, there are a couple things that you cannot get on the IQ remote. You can see the live viewing feed from both doorbell cameras and regular video cameras, but you will not be able to get camera audio because the speaker in the IQ remote is not as robust as the one in the main unit, and you also cannot do two-way audio with the doorbell camera through the IQ remote. But yeah, that's really all there is to it. Like I said, it just communicates over Wi-Fi. It gives you a great secondary interface. As you can see, the screen's a bit newer on this one. I got kind of a dark tint here. Maybe, I don't know, my brightness is turned up. I think the IQ 2 Plus is just a little bit older of a screen, and this is a new model, obviously, so it's got a nice fresh display on it. You do have sound options there, brightness display, and simple settings along those lines, but essentially, if you're looking for basically just a second keypad for your IQ panel, the IQ remote is probably the way to go. You can also use the HS2 LCD WF9 keypads from the DSC Neo. The caveat to those is their only function at that point would be arming and disarming using your codes. They don't give any sort of display interface. I'm sure it says something on the screen, but it's not anything that you can like check your zones. You can't do anything crazy with it. It is just for arming and disarming. But like I said, if you need, just a second display for your IQ remote, let's say you work at home and you just want the ability to check your system whenever it's convenient, you can get the little desk mount here. Maybe if I can get it attached, but get your little desk mount there, and there you go. You have at all times a Qolsys screen ready for you to mess with if need be. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it's going to be a little bit short, but I missed the IQ remote. I never did go back and talk about the IQ remote whenever I never did go back and talk about the IQ remote whenever I was displaying the programming for the IQ panels and some of those videos, so I thought I'd come back and do one real quick. That way you guys have an idea of what you're getting whenever you purchase an IQ remote. So hopefully that gives you guys some food for thought, and like I said, check them out on the website. Price-wise, they're not too bad in comparison to a lot of other touchscreens for alarm systems. For example, the Neo touchscreen is, what is it, 300 and some odd dollars from almost every seller I know of, and more from installation type companies. But the IQ remote sits at a comfortable like $230 to $250. I think that might have gone up recently, but it is still under $250. I know that for sure. So yeah, check them out. If you want one, you can get them on our site. If you're looking to get one of these, a couple things you will need is Wi-Fi at your home. It doesn't have to be super fast, but it needs to be a steady connection. So that way, whenever they're trying to pair with each other, there's no disconnect there. And you will also need the installer code for the alarm system. You don't have to have every code. Basically, the installer code will get you into the installation section that I was talking about. If you guys are with another service provider that may or may not have locked down the panel, you may request the installer code from them. Some companies will give it, some will not. But if you are a do-it-yourselfer and you're looking to just add an extra keypad, that's definitely the way to go. Price alone for this unit makes it more than worth it compared to anything else that's on the market for wireless keypads. And yes, technically it's not wireless, but all you're doing is plugging it into an outlet. Oh, on that note, there is one thing I wanted to mention. With those of you familiar with the actual IQ panel, you get about, I think it's a 10 to 12 foot cable with the IQ panels themselves. The IQ remote only has about a 6-foot cable. So it's not quite as long, so you will have to have a closer outlet, but that kind of just reinforces the use of the desk or table mount or whatever the case may be. But anyway, hopefully this gave you guys something to think about, gave you a new option for keypads on your Qolsys. And like I said, if any of you guys out there are looking to add an extra keypad on your system controlled by another company, you may need to get the installer code from them so that you can add it. But you guys saw how simple that was. No wiring, just plug it in, connect it to your Wi-Fi, and it's good to go. So So I'll just kind of end it there. There's nothing really else to talk about. Like I said, it's just a very solid extra keypad for the IQ panels. So if you guys could, please like and subscribe. Support our channel. It helps us make more videos, and hopefully here in the near future we'll have a little bit more variety instead of just the top-down like instructional videos that I've been doing lately. You guys, I'm sure you saw the table already, and we got a new little setup over there, so hopefully that is a little bit more enjoyable for you guys. And if you got any questions, by all means leave us a comment, but otherwise I will catch you guys on the next one.